It doesn't have to be Black History Month to address the African American populace, but instead of highlighting the Black men and women who have paved the way for future generations, I would much rather address the custom that has stayed so prevalent throughout the course of history, the pressure put on Black males. The stress put onto Black males in and out of many schooling systems is an issue that society is choosing to ignore. We see so many students being treated unfairly next to their counterparts who differ in race. Don't believe me? A study conducted by the U.S. Department of Education has unveiled that in 2011 to 2012, 42% of Black male students were being suspended during the year. But what is so disheartening about this statistic is that they only make up 16% of the student population. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but something's not adding up. And don't think for 1 second I don't know the thoughts coursing through your mind. 2011 is so long ago. How does this affect any of them now? How is this even occurring? Well, I can tell you one of the reasons that discrimination happens in the walls of many schools. It happens because some teachers are actually afraid of their Black students. Yes, this is true, and if you want to know what my facts are, let's dig in. According to a Denver study, many white teachers fear that their Black male students are prone to outbursts and bad behavior, and in turn spend more time watching and correcting average behavior. This leads to unjustly suspensions and detentions. For example, there was a Black student who was suspended for balling his fists while having a heated discussion with his teacher. There was also a white student who began throwing chairs in his classroom. His punishment was to be put in a higher class to control his boredom. Need more proof of discrimination? Because trust me, today I have all the tea. Black male students who have disabilities are even more likely to be arrested and face repercussions in their own schools quicker than their white peers, and the stats continue to rise. This must end now. If matters such as these are left unattended, the issue will soon become unbearable. I know that this topic may seem heavy. I understand that this task may seem too challenging, strenuous, and maybe doesn't even have anything to do with you. But put yourself in the shoes of that young Black kid who was just beat down left and right. As a matter of fact, I want you, yes you, the one who's been scrolling through Instagram instead of finishing their math homework. By the way, tune into Math Homework Helpers on Wednesdays if you need any help on your homework. We got you, boo. Okay, but back to the topic. I want you to close your eyes and visualize the picture I'm painting for you. You walk into class and sit in your assigned seat. As the class begins, your teacher continues to pick on everything you do as if it's the end of the world. You try to defend yourself, saying you haven't done anything wrong, but in the end, you are forced to go into the principal's office while they call your mama. Wouldn't that just suck? Sadly, things of this nature aren't only found in case studies years back. They aren't anomalies or in our imagination. The discrimination being faced has taken a toll on many Black students. Today, I hit up Lock Raven High School to get their take on this.
I feel like the difference in treatment is real, but it's in the subtleties. For example, students who wear like do-rags and hats who are African American will get called out for it more often than those who are white and also wear hats and such, just because of, I guess, how they look and how like the perceived notion of them is.
I think that the reason that Black students are often treated different than white students when it comes to teachers taking disciplinary actions is because of the teacher's inability to look past the student's actions and to look at them as a person who deserves equal value and equal treatment.
Administrators would definitely target the African American students more than Caucasian students just based on who they are. They might think they're up to something, they might think they're doing some bad stuff. I just feel like as though it shouldn't be treated that way, or shouldn't be handled that way at all, and I definitely feel like it should be a huge change.
I think it's upsetting how Black boys are targeted in school because not all Black boys act the same in school. Like some are raised different, so when teachers come across a certain group of Black kids, they try to treat everyone the same. And I've experienced something like that, and I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone else.
Do you see now? Things like this are holding these developing young men back. Instead of thriving with society, the racial profiling experienced by the Black populace has limited many teenagers coming into adulthood. I know, that was a little hard to swallow, but to commence change, we must go further than educating the students. No, we must strive for greater, because in 2020, we about that change, y'all.